Hello, my name is Linda Peacock-Landrum, and I'm Director of Career Services at UW Green Bay. I'm taking some time this morning to walk you through career readiness, what it means in terms of being able to find post-graduation success, utilizing the support services provided by Career Services this semester and as you continue on as a student at UW Green Bay. I'm going to take a moment and share my screen with you. I will come back and I will comment on some handouts that I have that will also be included, and you will be getting a copy of the slides in addition to this recorded presentation, which you are viewing. So to start off with an understanding career readiness, think about these three survey facts. 4 in 10 college students feel well prepared for their future careers. What about the other 6? 77% say they're concerned about whether they have the skills needed for a job. Also, 77% of students feel confident about their professionalism skills, but there's a disconnect because only 43% of employers feel recent college graduates are proficient in this area. So how career ready are you, and what does career ready mean? Career ready means having an understanding of what you'd like to do upon graduation. So if I'm a student in business, do I want to work as an accountant, financial analyst, financial planner, marketing specialist, possibly a sales representative, an HR business partner, a supply chain planner? Do I understand what those positions are, the skills, knowledge needed to be successful? Have I talked to people that are working in that field? Do I know the organizations and the types of opportunities that are available to me to gain experience as a student, as well as in the future upon graduation? And do I understand the steps and the documents needed to be able to navigate that process successfully? All of that goes into career readiness. As you can imagine, it's not something that happens overnight, but it is something that you need to make gradual progress on so that you are ready for it upon graduation. Specifically, looking at career readiness competencies as identified by the National Association of Colleges and Employers. They do a job outlook survey every August. These 8 competencies have been identified and ranked on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being extremely important. I think they're pretty self-explanatory in terms of what you see listed. I do want to comment that equity and inclusion has moved up in terms of its importance. And I think that's because of events that have been happening in the US in the last 12 to 18 months, and organizations being concerned about that and addressing equity inclusion within their own organization. So it's important for you to feel comfortable discussing these topics, understanding where your strengths lie in relationship to these areas, and if needed, going out and gaining some experience so you can enhance your own competencies in these areas. And I've included a handout to go into them more in depth. Specifically, I also want to look how these employers have commented about certain candidate attributes that influence them when they're making decisions. As you can clearly see, internships is critical at the height of this list. Also, I want to comment on leadership because I think leadership can be too narrowly defined, particularly by young candidates in the field. It's not just an elected position within an organization. It can be both on campus at UW Green Bay and off campus. But think about being a tutor, peer mentor, RA, building manager in the union, crew trainer at McDonald's, customer service supervisor at Walmart. You're coaching a team in the community. You're involved in a community organizing effort. Those are all examples of leadership, as well as leading a class project or class presentation. So really think about some good examples that illustrate and demonstrate your leadership. Also, specifically, now is a good time to understand the importance of GPA. Certainly that was something that was critical when you were admitted into college, but it continues to maintain importance. Why? Because some organizations do have GPA requirements as it relates to internship, research experiences, post-graduation jobs. And certainly if you're thinking about going on for additional schooling, it can matter about competitiveness to be admitted into those programs. So the 3.0 listed as a B average. I have no idea if that is something that's comparable to your previous and past academic success, but I want you to give some thought to what you'd like that GPA to be as you approach graduation. So easier to make some adjustments now and plan for that for the future. And then lastly, this attribute about has no work experience, but clearly it's important because it has been listed by employers. Do we really think that college students today have no work experience? No, but I think you give the impression that you don't because you've omitted these from a resume because you're not seeing them as directly related and you're just highlighting those internship experiences. So really think about when you've worked in food service, retail, skilled labor, landscaping, manufacturing floor, you've been a child care provider or nanny, and how those early foundations about professionalism and leadership and teamwork and those good skills that come from working are established. You need to make sure it's included on your resume. Don't completely omit it, otherwise you're going to give that impression. And then lastly, as you're building your own resume, needing to understand the percent of employers who responded that they're actually seeking these specific candidate resumes, attributes on resumes, and the percent respondents is noted. So you can use this as a guide as you are working on and developing your own resume. So when you think about career readiness in action, what does it look like? First and foremost, the first bullet is critical. What's your end goal going to be for graduation? What would you like to be able to do? What type of opportunity would you like to have? It might not be your dream job, but it might be a solid opportunity on the way to achieving that dream job in the future. But the types of things that are listed here are pretty important and critical. It's also the bottom bullet, having confidence in your candidacy. And if you don't, what are some things that you can do to increase that confidence? Is it through success in academic work? Is it through talking with and getting some good advice from professionals in the field, reassurances from faculty members and advisors? Specifically, I do want to comment on securing references because it's going to be important for you to have references at UW Green Bay. So now begin to think about who could I develop and cultivate those relationships with. Related to those 8 career readiness competencies, we're going to have 3 special events that focus on those for spring semester, very specifically communication, critical thinking, and also teamwork. In these 3 programs that will happen live in person on the Green Bay campus, and we will also live stream them via Teams. We will have a recording available at a later date. I just can't guarantee when that might specifically happen for you later on. But think about joining us in person or via Teams. Remember those internships in terms of the influence of candidate attributes. I can't begin to tell you about the volume that we're seeing being posted. A large number of organizations are expanding their internship program, and some are creating them from scratch. You need to think about applying and applying for more than one. Don't just see one and waiting for it to happen, because others are going to pass by. You do need a resume to apply. Note that some summer 2022 internships have already been posted. Their application periods may be ending or have ended, and they could have even selected candidates. You're also going to begin to see fall 22 opportunities that are going to come about. So get on board, take a look, see about the opportunities, plan to think about attending our spring job and internship fair, which I'll talk about in just a minute. All of these internships you're going to find accessible via Handshake, and you have an account in Handshake. Utilize your UW Green Bay email address, log in, and set a password. All the opportunities, registration for events and programs, and exploring the job and internship fair will be accessible through Handshake, right? If you've got any problem with login, don't register a second time. Just contact our office and we will assist you. Our spring job and internship fair will be held in person on March 1st and 2nd and virtually on March 3rd, a way for you to engage with well over 100 organizations in these 3-day events. In person, you need to think about planning for advance, who you're going to talk to on one or both days, getting a resume prepared, and having a way to introduce yourself. Virtually, the same thing applies in terms of a resume, making it online and having it available, but also signing up in advance for those sessions, one-on-one and group sessions. These are not interviews. They're just an opportunity for you to engage virtually, no different than I'm stopping by their booth in person to talk with them. It's going to be important for you to think about appropriate professional attire. This is a slide that gives you an overview about business professional versus business casual. We know that it's costly and expensive, which is the reason why we've established our career closet. Allows you to shop free at no cost and have 5 items a semester, includes January, spring, summer, and fall. You can shop multiple times in a semester as we are updating items. If you think you need more than 5, talk to one of us and we can touch base with you. We want you to schedule an appointment so that you have unique time in the closet to shop via the link here to Qualtrics. If you're not interested in doing some shopping directly in the career closet, then think about participating in our online event with JCPenney called Suit Up. JCPenney has encouraged us to do this online again. mainly for concerns about merchandise availability and supply chain issues and not having adequate merchandise in all of their stores. So online, you've got the best availability for merchandise. It's going to happen between February 21st and February 27th. You can register by February 8th and it be entered into a drawing for a gift card to utilize for that event to make a purchase. Our professional photo booth will be returning to UW Green Bay's campus on the dates noted. You'll sign up for a time slot for a 3-minute window to get your professional photo taken free of charge. Any student is eligible. You just do need to make arrangements to travel to the Green Bay campus to have this taken on the dates and times noted, and we'll send you those follow-up photos via email. The first of our mock interview days are going to happen in February. We have 4 days every semester, so February and April of spring semester. I'd encourage you to participate in any and all mock interviews that is possible for you. Why? Because interviewing is a learned skill. It's not natural for most people. The format doesn't matter whether it's in person or it's virtual. What matters is an opportunity to meet somebody new, talk about your strengths, abilities, and experiences in a way that makes sense and generates interest. You'll get some great feedback from our employer partners. Pay attention to the deadline, upload that resume, and sign up for that 30-minute time slot on the dates and times noted. Also, thinking about making connections are extremely powerful. How can you do that? You can do that with alumni and other professionals utilizing LinkedIn. You can think about connecting with young professional groups that are located in the Northeast and other Wisconsin cities as a way to connect and learn about opportunities or what it is those roles have. Okay, very, very important for you to think about that. We are going to be offering a variety of workshops this semester that are online and in person on the Green Bay campus. So make sure you pay attention to that handout that I've provided to you. Our LinkedIn profile competition will be the second time we're offering it. So you think about expanding and getting some feedback about that LinkedIn profile and competing for cash prizes. We are also repeating our UW system career tracks, a way for any student in the UW system to visit a Wisconsin-based employer regardless of the location. Green Bay is hosting Fincantieri Marine Group on February 2nd and KI on April 27th. You can participate noon on Wednesdays. And if you can't join live at the time of its occurrence, you can go back and review the recorded career track that happened. The past 3 semesters, we have recorded these and they are accessible at the career track website housed on the UW River Falls website. We've got other great additional resources to consider. So our career services website, the Career Spots videos, our employer partners and their websites, the online career library at your access at no charge, now Firsthand, formerly known as Vault, Candid Career, great videos and snapshots about day in the life of and understanding occupations and industries. Going Global, if you're thinking about traveling abroad and working or having an experience abroad, and for students who are here on a visa and looking to be employed in the United States can be very helpful. Lastly, I want to promote our professional skills for your career course. It's offered every semester online, a 1-credit course, offered through business, but it's open to any major. You need to be a sophomore or higher to register. And it's a great way for you to go through the types of things that we're talking about in terms of career readiness. Here's my slide about our in-person workshops and the topics on those dates and times. The same thing for our virtual workshops on those dates and times as well, connecting via Zoom. And then 1 of 2 Rock Your LinkedIn Profile workshops to help you get prepared for that LinkedIn profile competition, actually being done by our partners with LinkedIn Learning, who will also be some of our judges. And we also have previous recordings of other workshops we've had on other topics in career readiness, in terms of professionalism, leadership, getting ready for that transition from college to career. And you're going to find those recorded programs in the Resource Center of Handshake. Just to recap, here are some steps to think about in getting career ready. Like I said, schedule a time to talk to someone in career services just so you sort of understand where you are and some of the steps that you want to take moving forward. When you locate an internship or a practical related experience in your field, please think about reaching out and sharing that information with us. We like to keep track of where our students are gaining experiences, and it's valuable for us to help cultivate other opportunities within those organizations. We'll also ask if we can share that success on our social media and flat screens. So email me the position details, the employer, and the location at my email address located there. Lastly, questions that you might have: how to schedule an appointment, either virtual, by phone, or in person. Our drop-in hours that are offered on the 3 dates noted, in person on the Green Bay campus, but also virtual during those times each week as well. And that link will help you to access our drop-in hours and how you can participate in those, as well as schedule appointments with a member of our staff. I'm available to meet with students, but my schedule can be somewhat limited as director. But my 3 colleagues, Carla Miller, Steve Newton, and Abigail Drapelick, are equally able to assist you. Now, the handouts that you've also received provide information about career readiness, complete information about our spring 2022 programs and workshops, information on resume writing, completing a cover letter, and interviewing. You're also going to find information on LinkedIn, how to sign up for mock interviews and Handshake, as well as how to access the Resource Center of Handshake, and a final piece about career readiness competencies. So I encourage you to not delay, schedule a time to get started so that you can make progress towards post-graduation success and what that means for you. Hope you enjoyed the video and look forward to seeing you engaged in our programs this semester and in the future.